Daily mental fitness rituals create a foundation for clarity, resilience, and focus. Begin the day with intentional breathing. Sit quietly, inhale deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This practice signals your nervous system to relax and primes your mind for the day's challenges. After breathing, spend 5 minutes visualizing your priorities. Picture yourself completing important tasks calmly and confidently. This mental rehearsal conditions the brain to recognize success as familiar, reducing anxiety when taking action. Write down 3 intentions in a journal. These are not goals, but guiding principles such as patience, gratitude, or determination. Revisiting these intentions throughout the day keeps you anchored when distractions arise. Practice a short gratitude exercise. List 5 things you appreciate, no matter how small. Gratitude shifts attention away from what feels lacking and builds a mindset of abundance. Schedule intervals of digital fasting. Turn off notifications, silence the phone, and set a timer for focused work. During these intervals, train your attention on a single task. If your mind wanders, bring it back without judgment. Each return strengthens cognitive control. In the afternoon, take a 5-minute movement break. Stand, stretch, walk, or do simple mobility exercises. Physical motion helps clear mental stagnation and renews energy levels. Practice mindful observation for 2 minutes. Choose an object in your environment and notice every detail without labeling or judging. This exercise sharpens focus and brings your mind into the present moment. Before ending your workday, reflect on what you accomplished. Acknowledge your efforts rather than fixating on unfinished items. This ritual reinforces self-efficacy and builds a habit of recognizing progress. At night, close the day with intentional unwinding. Dim lights, reduce screen exposure, and read a few pages of an uplifting book. Breathe slowly, allowing thoughts to settle. These daily mental fitness rituals accumulate into lasting change. Consistency transforms small practices into powerful habits. The mind becomes steadier, more adaptable, and better equipped to handle stress. When repeated over time, these rituals reshape patterns of thinking and perception, unlocking clarity and resilience that elevate every area of life. Reprogramming limiting beliefs begins with awareness. Notice the thoughts that arise when you face a challenge or try something new. These thoughts often sound like, I'm not good enough, I always fail, or I don't deserve success. Write them down without editing or judgment. Seeing them on paper helps you separate from them and recognize they're learned patterns, not truths. Question each belief by asking, where did this come from, and is it absolutely true? Many limiting beliefs were formed in childhood or during stressful moments when the mind tried to protect you by avoiding risk. Acknowledge that these beliefs were once a strategy for safety but no longer serve your growth. Replace each limiting belief with an empowering statement. If you often think, I can't handle this, replace it with, I'm learning to handle challenges with courage. Write these new beliefs on cards and read them aloud every morning and evening. Repetition rewires neural pathways, making positive beliefs more familiar and accessible. Use visualization to reinforce thinking. Close your eyes and imagine yourself acting with confidence in situations where you previously felt limited. See every detail, your posture, your voice, your steady breath. Visualization creates mental blueprints the brain begins to follow. Practice emotional release when old beliefs surface. If fear or doubt arises, take deep breaths and allow the feeling to pass without suppressing it. Emotions power when they're acknowledged instead of avoided. Over time, this practice weakens the connection between limiting thoughts and emotional reactions. Surround yourself with supportive influences. Read stories of people who overcame similar struggles. Connect with mentors or communities who embody the mindset you want to develop. Environment shapes belief, and exposure to growth-oriented examples accelerates transformation. Keep a journal of evidence that contradicts old beliefs. Each time you succeed or handle a challenge well, write it down. Review these entries often to remind yourself of your capabilities. Reprogramming limiting beliefs is not a single event, but a continuous practice. Each moment of awareness and each small act of courage builds a stronger foundation for new beliefs to take root. Over time, these beliefs reshape your identity, allowing you to see yourself as resourceful, deserving, and capable of creating the outcomes you desire. Focused mastery in a distracted world requires deliberate training and consistent practice. Begin by designing your environment to support attention. Remove visual clutter from your workspace. Keep only what you need for the task in front of you. A clean space signals your brain to settle and concentrate. Set clear intentions before each work session. Decide exactly what you will accomplish and write it down. When you define your focus, you give your mind a target, reducing the temptation to drift into unrelated activities. Use the technique of time blocking. Allocate specific periods for deep work and protect them as you would an important appointment. During these blocks, silence your phone, close unused tabs, and disable notifications. Small interruptions break concentration and can take minutes to recover from. Practice the habit of single tasking. Focus on one task until completion or until a scheduled break. When your attention wanders, gently guide it back to the present moment without frustration. Each return strengthens your mental discipline. Train your brain to tolerate longer periods of focus by using incremental intervals. Start with 20 minutes of deep work, followed by a 5-minute break. Gradually increase the longer spans as your concentration improves. Consistency over time builds endurance. Use your breath as an anchor. When distraction arises, pause and take 3 slow deep breaths. This brief reset calms your nervous system and clears mental noise, allowing you to return to your task with renewed clarity. Incorporate daily mindfulness practice. Spend 5 minutes observing your thoughts without engaging. This exercise develops awareness of how often your mind attempts to escape the present, making it easier to catch distractions early. Create a ritual to transition in and out of focus sessions. Begin with a brief moment of stillness, then state your intention. At the end, take a moment to acknowledge what you accomplished. Rituals train the brain to enter and exit states of deep focus more reliably. Protect your energy by managing sleep, nutrition, and movement. A rested and nourished body supports sustained mental performance. Small, healthy habits compound into greater focus capacity over time. Focus mastery is a skill developed through repetition and self-compassion. Each day you train your attention, you build a mind capable of deep work and creative flow. In a world designed to distract you, this skill becomes a powerful advantage that elevates everything you do. Emotional regulation and mental strength begin with learning to observe your feelings without judgment. When an intense emotion arises, pause and name it silently. Say to yourself if this is anger or if this is sadness. Labeling the emotion creates space between you and the reaction, making it easier to respond with clarity rather than impulse. Practice grounding techniques to calm your nervous system. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice the sensation of your breath moving in. Gently relax your shoulders and unclench your jaw. These simple actions signal safety to your body, reducing the intensity of emotional waves. Develop a habit of reframing difficult situations. When something stressful happens, ask yourself, well, what else could this mean? Or how can I grow from this experience? Reframing shifts perspective from helplessness to possibility, strengthening resilience over time. Use controlled breathing to regulate strong emotions. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale gently for 6. Repeat this cycle several times. Slow breathing lowers stress hormones and steadies your mind so you can think clearly. Create a daily practice of self-reflection. Spend a few minutes writing about your experiences and the emotions that came. Journaling helps process feelings and recognize patterns that trigger reactivity. When you see these patterns, you gain the power to change your response. Set healthy boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. Learn to say no without guilt when something drains your energy. Surround yourself with people who respect and support your growth. Strong boundaries reduce unnecessary stress and build confidence in your ability to advocate for yourself. Develop mental strength by taking small, consistent acts your comfort zone. Each time you face discomfort with courage, you expand your capacity to handle challenges. Celebrate these moments of growth, no matter how small they seem. Practice gratitude even during difficult times. Each evening, write down 3 things you appreciate. Gratitude builds emotional balance by training your mind to look for positives rather than dwelling on problems. Emotional regulation and mental strength are lifelong skills developed through practice and patience. When you learn to sit with your feelings, reframe your thoughts, and act with intention, you become more adaptable and calm under pressure. Over time, these habits transform how you experience challenges, allowing you to respond with wisdom and strength instead of reaction and regret.